People in arranged marriages, what's it like? I was arranged to marry my cousin when I was 8 years old. I know how that sounds, but hear me out. In my culture, cousin means any relative. She was actually my great uncle's granddaughter, so we shared like 0.2% DNA. Still felt weird though. Growing up, the arrangement was this abstract concept hovering in the background. My parents would casually mention it. When you marry Priya, I'd nod along, figuring I had decades to worry about it. She was just a name attached to blurry photos from India. We lived in different countries until I was 22. I was in Canada studying engineering, living the typical college life, pizza at midnight, dating girls who had no idea I was technically engaged to someone halfway across the world. She was in India finishing medical school, apparently brilliant and accomplished, according to my mother's updates that I mostly tuned out. We'd never had a real conversation. Our only interactions were awkward waves during family video calls where 30 relatives crowded around laptops, shouting over each other. 3 months before the wedding, my parents dropped the bomb. Time to come home and meet your wife. I literally threw up, right there in our Toronto kitchen, all over my mom's butter chicken. The reality hit me like a freight train. I was about to marry someone whose voice I'd only heard twice. The flight to Mumbai was the longest 17 hours of my life. When I saw her at the airport, my first thought was, she's way too pretty for me. My second thought was, she looks as terrified as I feel. She stood behind my aunt, wearing a blue kurta, fidgeting with her dupatta and glancing around like she was planning escape routes. Finally, she whispered, "Want to escape for coffee?" We snuck out like teenagers, ignoring disapproving looks from our aunts. For the first 10 minutes, we just sat there, stirring our drinks and stealing glances. Finally, she said, "I know this is insane. I've been having panic attacks for weeks." I nearly cried with relief. Thank God, I thought I was going crazy. We talked for 6 hours, about everything. We both loved mystery novels, hated poetry, secretly despised romantic comedies, shared a mutual fear of butterflies. We became conspirators in our own wedding, texting each other memes during ceremonies, sharing eye rolls when someone made another speech about marriage's sanctity. Our honeymoon was in Goa, but we got separate rooms. The relief on both our faces was probably not what the hotel staff expected from newlyweds. On day 3, she knocked on my door at midnight, holding a stray puppy, tears in her eyes. I found her by the beach. She's hurt. We spent the entire night at a vet clinic, taking turns bottle feeding this tiny creature, gradually forgetting to maintain our careful distance. Watching her cradle that puppy with such gentle determination, I realized I was falling for my own wife. We moved to Toronto together. The adjustment was hard, roommates pretending to be married, learning each other's quirks, but we kept finding unexpected moments of connection, like when she learned to make my grandmother's cookies from YouTube, spending 3 attempts because she wanted to surprise me, or when I taught her stick shift at 2 a.m. because she was too embarrassed to stall in traffic. Our first real fight was 6 months in, about whose turn it was to clean the bathroom. We both cried, thinking we'd ruined everything. Then she started laughing. We're arguing about toilet scrubbing. This is the most domestic thing ever. That night, we had our first kiss. 2 years later, I can't imagine life without her. She still rescues every stray animal. We have 4 cats now and a dog. My Canadian friends think we're crazy. Most of their love marriages from university are already over. Meanwhile, we're planning our first kid, choosing each other every single day. Turns out, arranged doesn't mean forced. It just means someone else saw what we were too scared to look for ourselves.